Hello everyone, I hope I'm audible right now. Hello. If I'm audible, kindly comment in the comment section, and if I'm visible, comment it too. So yes, there are comments coming up. Okay. Hi everyone, this is Sahaj Kaur, your today's webinar host on web development and SEO ranking for both coding and non-coders. I'll be waiting for one more minute to let the joiners join in, those who are willing to join. And before that, if you guys have any doubt regarding the webinar or any queries regarding the webinar, you can just ping me up. I'm going to read each and every comment of yours and answer all your queries, all your questions. So if you have anything to ask, just ping up, keep on messaging and messaging. So in today's webinar, what I'm going to take up is all about the website, how you're going to start it from scratch, working on the WordPress dashboard, how to maintain your website, how to get it on Google, the only topic many of you who are waiting for this desperately. So this is going to be a theoretical topic which I'm going to take up. So yeah, there is a question, does the certificate of this webinar is provided? Yes, the certificate of this webinar will be provided exactly after the webinar. You will be given the link in the WhatsApp group which have been created. So you can go and fill up your and apply for them. You will be given the certificate within a fortnight or so, the way our team was working on it. Anything else? Does anyone wants to ask, or should I start with the webinar? I think we should start right now. It's almost 4:05 and yeah. So welcome today on the topic web development and SEO ranking for both coders and non-coders. So I'm going to focus mostly on WordPress, how to work on the dashboard of the WordPress, how to maintain your website, how to create an attractive avatar, how to increase the visibility of the website, and how to get traffic on your website. Before this, I'm going to take up two theoretical topics, which is types of website and the requirement of the website. So let's just get started. Okay. My first question to all of you: what is a website and why do we make a website? So if I go for what is a website, a website is a collection of web pages related to a content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. So in easier simple languages, a collection of your blog or your web pages put up under a certain category, maybe a food category or a fitness category, a travel category, a poet category, anything. When this content, the entire content gets collected and put up under a particular domain or a particular name and published on a web server. Now we already have one web server created by all of us. The person who created it, that is World Wide Web, that is www. You all must be familiar with it. This is the platform where each and every is uploaded. So yeah, now what is the purpose of a website? We almost know how to create a website and why do we create it, but actually what is the purpose of a website? The website is as used as between a writer and a reader. Now if I talk about myself, many of you know me as a poet blogger. Those who have seen my website, those who have gone through my website, those who have read my poetries, you must have seen my website as well. So this website I've created for a conversation between a writer and a reader. Through whatever I feel, whatever I think, whatever I assume around the world, whatever are my feelings, I just wanted to transfer to some other person to think that yes, okay, there's this thing that my voice is not clear. Am I audible to everyone? I hope I'm audible to everyone. I don't know why there are comments turning up that I'm not audible. Voice cracking. Because, okay, my voice is cracking. Am I audible right now? So yeah, my voice is now very much audible. Okay. So yeah, where was I? I was talking about the website. So when you're actually working on a website, you have a purpose for it. Okay, so while you're making a website, you actually make a purpose of website. Now most of you who are a fitness freak or a gamer, a techie, a food blogger, now these people have their own purpose for making a website. Maybe a fitness freak would have thought that because I have such knowledge and I can deliver my knowledge to my public to make them fit, so they make such website and they go for it. So their purpose is to create knowledge, to speak their viewers and their people. Turning up to types of website. We know that we have two types of website, one is static and one is dynamic. Static website, the word itself says that yeah, you cannot change or you cannot make any changes after you have published it on a web server. Now when you have created a web page and you're delivering it to a web server, you cannot make a change. So those websites are scripted in languages called HTML, JavaScript and CSS. These are the main languages which we work on and we form a static website. The relation remains between a web browser and a web server. And it is a one-time relation. A web browser cannot make any further changes on the web server to produce its website again. Turning up to dynamic web pages. Dynamic web pages is the word itself saying the page where you can make changes again and again. Or I should say, it is a type of website where we have a collection of static web pages put up together to form a dynamic web page. The relation is between a web browser and a web server. You can turn up calling a web server as many times as you want and make n number of changes on it. Now these websites are basically used by the bloggers for blogging regularly, or for people who are in exchange things, like for example we have Amazon, we have Sheen, we have all the other things which are turning up in a dynamic form, which are changing regularly. Maybe the rates are changing, so they have to change again. So this is how a dynamic website actually works. Okay, so I'm having a lot of voice issues coming up. If my voice is not clear, kindly, there's a voice problem which I'm facing, like many of us, you are just pinging me out voice. Okay, so let me just check. I hope I'm clear now and it's not cracking anymore. If I'm clear, just ping me up again. Yeah, now it's okay. Cool. Turning up again on the topic. Someone asked me to. Okay. Now I hope I'm clear. Moving up to the next topic, most important requirement of a website, how a website works, how it takes up a hit. So we have few main topics. We have domain, we have hosting, we have technology, we have purpose, content, we have navigation, optimization and security. Talking about a domain name. Now what is a domain name? Domain name is a name given to your website when you actually have a purpose for it. Maybe the domain name of your website is related to the purpose. Like for example, if I talk about my website, the domain name of my website is sahajkaurpoems.com. So I've given my domain name in the form of my purpose, which is poetry. So a domain is always formed by this given set of rules by the Google, which is called domain name system, DNS. Suits this DNS system rules that forms a domain name. Talking about the types of domain name, most of you actually had a query that making a website is free or we need to pay for it. Now the topic comes here. When we're talking about a domain, at times we need to purchase a domain. But what if you don't have the expenses or you don't want to pay for it, but still you have a passion to make a website or to go for it? Now what to do? Now we have some sites which provides you with subdomain. Now what does subdomain and domain actually means? Domain is the root name. For example, if sahajkaurpoems.com, so Sahajkaurpoems is a root name. Now for example, if I did not have any money or I did not want to purchase it, so all I'll go is I'll go to a site and say that I want a domain from your site and make my own website. So that site will gonna go and give you their name, giving you a supportory name which is called a primary domain, and add their name along with your root name, which is sahajkaurpoems.wordpress.com. So it forms a subdomain. Turning up to web hosting. Now what is a web hosting? I'll give you a very good example. You're looking for a house on rent, right? So what you're going to go, you go to a buyer, you go to a broker and go for it and ask them that yeah, you need a plot to live. Now if that person will going to show you some places to live. You choose one particular place and reserve that place, giving some amount of the money, that is rent. Web hosting works in a similar way. When you need to publish something on a web server that provides you some space on the web to let the viewers see you. Such things are called web hosting. Now, web hosting is of two types, free hosting and a paid hosting. Now what are free and paid hosting? When we have something for free, why don't we go for it? The main question arises. Talking about the free hosting has a lot of limitations as compared of paid hosting. Of course, there's nothing called free in today's world. So all you need to do when you go for a free hosting, a company from wherever you purchased a free hosting, that will provide a lot of limitations. Maybe those limitations are you cannot host more than one website, or the company says that okay, we're gonna give you hosting only when you publish our ads. Or for example, a company says that we'll give you web hosting only if you promote us, give us some viewers, then only we'll give you free. A lot of limitations that are turning up when you go for free hosting instead of paid hosting. I prefer if you can spend a bit on your website, you're gonna give the revenue. This website will gonna give some revenue after some time, so why not to pay for it? So I prefer going for a paid hosting is much beneficial than taking up a free hosting, because at times what they give is they ask you that you cannot make your own domain, or they're gonna say that okay, you have to purchase a domain from us only then we're gonna go for free hosting. So these are some restrictions that turn up when you are going for free hosting rather than a paid hosting. Coming up to technology, so we have two types of technology. One is client side technology and the other one is server side technology. Client side technologies, whatever a client or a viewer sees on your website is different from the things which you are working on a website. A client side technology consists of three languages, that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Using these three languages, the server, the client, will gonna see a website, and that person will don't know that what is coming on the back end, just server side, wherever you guys actually work. Most of us know that whatever is visible to a client is actually not the same you're working on it. Coming up to the purpose. Purpose, we all know that we have a purpose for making a website. Now this purpose can be anything, that can be communication, attracting people to their needs, speaking about their needs, clearing their action, taking their steps. So this is all the purpose of making a website. Content management system. Now in a website we also need to manage our contents related to what people need it, what people are requiring. If you're publishing something which is irrelevant or which is not relevant what people want, or which is something creating a back end problem, this is what content management system actually means. You have to make your content in a way that is liked by maximum people, they are reacting on it, your things are person's needs and all that things. Navigation. Now what does navigation mean? Talking about navigation is a thing that we all do when we need to find something and we are not able to find it properly. Maybe a definition of a thing, maybe a difference between. Generally what happens is we don't usually get the things on one place, right? Visiting other websites, other things, looking for it. So if you let people navigate properly, reaching their interest, that's what navigation means. So all you need to do is create a website in such a way that people navigate it properly by creating hyperlinks maybe. For example, if you are using a word in your content which might be or which is difficult for people to know the meaning, all you can put is a hyperlink, which by clicking on that link people might reach to the definition of that word. Optimization. Now what does optimization means? The most wanted topic, or I should say the topic where you all are waiting for, optimizing, getting your website on the search engine. Now how to increase the traffic, this is all you should work on, or a website has a purpose of. So this is nothing but getting your website on a domain, on Google for sure, and fetching more traffic on it. So we're going to have a conversation about it, and the last two topics I've kept it for this, talking about security. While I'm talking about security, every one of us don't want our websites to be hacked or to have some backlisted things or some anomalies, some security issues, some malware functions. So all you need to do is you have to keep a site check that if your firewall is working perfectly, your website is secured, your website is working normally, and for that you need to have an SSL certificate which is given by Google for your website to be secured. So are any questions still here? Any doubts, anything you want to ask about it, or am I going clear? Any questions, any doubts? Should we have, well, need to pay for WordPress? So okay, this question I would like to answer. Look, getting a web hosting is your choice if you want to, get it from a paid service or from get it from okay. You can get a paid hosting or that's all up to you. I don't give that a thing ki okay go for a paid hosting or something. Yes, for WordPress, if you need to have a good domain and a good hosting, you should go for a paid hosting. This is what I suggest you. Rest, it's all up to you. I have told you all the drawbacks of not going for a paid hosting and for a free hosting. No doubt, Sahaj, can you please explain SEO again? SEO is something which helps you get your website. So we're gonna work on it and we're gonna talk about SEO ranking again in the last two topics, which I've kept it mainly for SEO. So yeah, examples of free hosting. So you can get free hosting from any domain, any from Hostinja as well. At times these hostings you can go for any company also, from Amazon or maybe from a big firm, but you have to fulfill the requirements of that particular firm. Examples of free hosting. Okay, I'm done. Is SSL paid? No, SSL is not paid. Once you get the SSL certificate, that is all about in Google's hand. When your website is working perfectly, does not have a copied content, only then you get an SSL certificate. Tell something about SSL certificate. SSL certificate is a protective certificate. Now how it actually works is, when initially when you prepare your website, that website is not secured. For example, okay, if I'm going to show you here, working on this YouTube channel, you can see there is a lock given here. So when you prepare your website, at times that website does not have a lock given there. So in order to make your website secured, Google issues you an SSL certificate from the hosting where you have purchased it. The certificate is free, that comes under the hosting channel you have taken. Explain briefly about SSL certificate. SSL certificate is nothing but that actually it is used to secure your website from any malware functions, hacking, and any software firewall and all that stuff. SSL certificate is issued by the government, by the Google, and there's nothing else in it. There's nothing to explain about SSL certificate. Okay, going back to the presentation again. Okay, since I had a theory topic with you, so I'm having a logo quiz with you to let you, you know, absorb the things which I have told. So in this logo quiz, I'm gonna give you some prizes. Whosoever answers this quiz first, we're gonna get an appreciation certificate instead of the participation certificate, which almost everyone is gonna get it. So all you need to do is, the only rule is, whosoever answers first and the answer is correct, that's gonna get an appreciation certificate. So I go with the first question, that is, let me see how observant you guys are. It's a very simple question and I know that you all will actually answer it. Okay, so we give this to Taranveer Pal Singh. That was a correct answer. We go to the next question. MasterCard. Again, a very easy one. Okay, we get the answer again. The answer went to Rohan Bansal. Okay. Next question. Valvoline. An easy one again. Dipanshu gets the answer right? Anubhava gets the answer right. Turning back to the next question and the last one. It correct. That's all for the quiz right now. Okay, turning up to the next topic, that is how to install a WordPress. I was asked to put up this topic by many of you, but actually this is as simple as putting, downloading or installing an app from a Play Store. There's nothing to do. Go to the apps installer, choose WordPress, and yeah, you need to fill up this particular detail form and install it. This is really, really easy and a very obvious process we all do in everyday life. Turning up to the dashboard of the website. Many of you requested me that, ma'am, instead of we getting a presentation, we want you to give a demonstration on the dashboard of the website. So well, this is the dashboard of the website. This is what a viewer actually sees. This is the home page I'm talking about. So this is all the posts which I have posted, and this is my personal website. Talking about to the dashboard, well, this is how a dashboard actually looks like. We have the home page, we have posts, we have media, pages, comments, elementors, templates, forms, appearance, plugins. I'm going to explain you everything in detail right now. So while turning up, we'll go for the themes first, because when you get a WordPress site that is completely empty, all you can see is the only screen which is present right here in front of you, and you need to install some themes. So all the themes, you need to see the appearance. Themes basically enhances your appearance. So you go for the themes option and install any theme you want. Here, for example, I've already installed a Generate Press theme, which is free of cost. If I need to add any other theme, I'll go and add new, search for the theme. So I just want to go for Astra. Astra is another very good theme which is free of cost. All I'll go is I'll click on install and install Astra in your system. Now when you go for Astra and install it as a theme, you need to go in the plugins and install the similar plugin here. If I talk about my plugins, all I have installed is, one is the Generate Press plugin, the Yoast SEO plugin to increase my SEO ranking on the Google. So this is what I have in my platform. So if you want to add in your platform, you can go for add new again, search for the theme or search for the plugin. You go for, suppose I go for rank math. There's another plugin which is very good to increase your SEO ranking, which is again free of cost. So this is the first one. You go for the install now and you get it installed. So I already have one SEO ranker booster in my website, so which is Yoast SEO rank. So if you want to get this, even this is for free and you can use it perfectly. So these are the themes, and this is what about the plugins. If you want me to suggest some of the themes, I can suggest you one is Generate Press, which is very good. That helps you out with everything perfectly, how to post it, how to maintain a background, and how to elevate your post, how to update it, how to edit it. This is a very good and a very easy to use theme. Second, I have Astra again, it's a free of cost theme. It has everything, how to create a background, how to have a good picture quality, how to put videos and everything. Again, I have WP Ocean. That is a very good theme again, free of cost, and sure, it's gonna work on your background, your templates, your Elementor, your tools, how to add new things. This is all. Talking about plugins, you have Yoast SEO. This is a very good plugin to boost up your SEO ranking. Then you have a Rank Math. Again, this is a very good plugin to improve your SEO ranking and get it on Google. After this, I have an Elementor, which is good for getting it, how to edit your post, and how to get more things on your it. While talking about post, now how to actually control your post system, how to control your comments, how to work on it. So talking about posts, these are the posts which I have uploaded on my system, and many of you must have read it. So this is how you control your post. If I need to edit my post, I can edit, quick edit, trash, view, element, anything I can do for it. Okay, I need to add a post. Now how to add a post? I have something for you to tell. So here is the title, the basic, you put it anything, XYZ, poetry. This is an example, and okay, if I want to write a poetry, all I'll go is, I have something here to show. I have the layouts, I have the categories, I have description, I have discussion, I have post attributes, I have features. I can do anything I want to improve my post. Now, well, I am putting it on Edit Elementor. Now, what is Edit Elementor? How to edit your post in an elementary form. Now, this is where you're going to make your post. So if I want a text heading, all I'll go is drag and drop my widget. So I want a text heading, a subheading, maybe anything I want. This poetry, I dedicate it to my mother, suppose. So I dedicate this poetry to my mother. So yeah, I put it a subheading under my mother. Anything I can do it. I can just go and form a link here if I've just copied it from someone, or I want to style it. I can put a text color, maybe a red color. If I want to change the handwriting, I can go to anything, maybe a bigger one, a font size. If I want to change the style, I can go for it as well. So this is how you actually maintain a website or your things. Now I want to structure my page. Now how will I go for a structure page? Maybe I'll choose a two-side page where I can put an image or a text. Now if I want to put up an image, I'm going to drag the image section and put it here. I can put any image from the Google anywhere. Suppose I'm going to take up an image. Okay, I'll choose an image. So while I'm choosing an image, I can put it anything. Okay, have a safe journey. I'm going to insert it, and I'm having a picture here. I'm going to go further another box, and suppose I need to write something. So all I'll go is a text editor. I'll go here, I'm going to write anything I want to. I'm going to go here and write maybe anything. Okay, I'll write anything. World's best thing happened, or something, dot. So anything you want to write or you want to go for it, you can just go and write and edit anything you want. After doing this, all you need to go is back to the page and exit to dashboard. If you want to publish it, you can publish. I won't publish it because it's my official site and most of you would be visiting here, so I won't actually go and just see to it. So I'm gonna leave this page back. This is how you maintain your post things and actually post good things about your website and blog. So this is all a demonstration on how to actually maintain your website and put up posts regularly. That's all here. It's here. Okay. Now talking about the comments, how are you gonna handle your comment section? These are the comment section which I'm talking about. People do comment you, and those comments will not directly turn up on your website until and unless you approve them or you go for it. Suppose if I want this comment to be unapproved, so I'll go and click unapprove here. I'm not going to do this. This is one of my teammate who actually sent this message, and of course I won't unapprove it. So this is how you actually filter your comments. Okay, these are the approved comments. These are entirely my comments. I generally just thank people for something for my poetry. These are few pending comments which I don't want people to see, as I didn't find that to be appropriate. These are some spammed comments. Maybe some spammed it the way, like, okay, comment करना है तो कर देते हैं, no name and nothing. So these are the all comments. You can see, you can actually keep track of your comments, how you want to manage it. Talking about the forms, the most important thing that turns up on your website, how people gonna approach you. Suppose it's my website and I want some backlinks, some guest post or some collaboration. People are viewing my site and they're really enjoying it. So all they can do is I created a simple form on my website. So all they can go is they can just fill up this form. You can see it's here on the contact page. It's a very simple form which I've created, where you're gonna have to write a name, your first name and your last name, then your email address or any message, and it's gonna turn up on my email ID instantly. For you all as well, if after the webinar or between the webinar you are left with some doubts or you want to approach me for clearing out your doubts regarding anything, you can just go up on my website, contact me for anything. Even if your certificate is not able to come up to you, or maybe there's some issue in the future, you want to create a guest post with me, you want to create a backlink for me, you want to collaborate with me, so you can just go on this contact page. You can fill out your name. It's a very simple contact page. You can create it, and yeah, you can just send this message to me. I'm going to revert it to you back very soon. So that's how you create your website, and this is what you make people visit, people see it. So this is all about me, how I produce. This is the perfect index which I have created for myself, for my people to see what's there in my website. Also, I have created a button here. At times I want people to navigate. Now, people would actually go on my index and they're gonna see everything about me. And after the about me, they are like, okay, they want to contact me as well. So instead of putting a separate thing, I've put up a button here. So when they go click here, a contact me form opens up here. So this is how you work on your index. If you want to edit the page, you can even edit it. How to edit? You can just directly go to the edit page and clear up the contact me form. This is the contact me form. I've opened it. So okay, this is the only thing that came up to edit right now. So well, I don't want to edit anything right now, so I'm gonna close it back. And yeah, this is all that a website contains. So any doubts, anything, if you have, you can just ask me till now, which I've taken up. So there are many things which are turning up to me. Okay, always remember Astra. Okay. Which one is the better monster inside a Google Analytics? Okay, I'll go for Google Analytics. It's a very good thing. You can get the data of your website on regular basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis. You have your website. So I suggest go for Google Analytics. Okay, so someone even answered it. Great. But the navigation of Monster Insights is a lot better with WordPress. Look, if I talk about other things, of course, every site cannot have everything, right? If you're just comparing the navigation, might be navigator of Monster would be great than WordPress, but I believe that WordPress has all the rest of the things, talking about the background thing, about the post, or maybe about the plugins, themes. I feel that WordPress is much better than Monster. So I'll go for WordPress. I suggest you go for WordPress only. You should go for GitHub. Okay, talking about GitHub, that reminds me of one thing. This webinar is sponsored by GitHub, and if you want to have free domains of your name, GitHub is providing free domains for you in the form of name.com. We have a student GitHub profile. If you want, I can share you the link. You can just contact me anytime you want. My website is put up on the description here itself, so you can just go and contact me anytime. You should go for GitHub. Well, going for GitHub does not help you make a website. GitHub is a place where you can form static web pages which cannot be changed further. It is used mainly for coding and all that stuff, so I don't suggest to go for GitHub right now. How should we increase SEO ranking? I'm going to take this thing again in the last two topics. I think the last two topics have actually arrived, so I'm going to take up these two topics. SEO. Your voice, okay. I think I have a clear voice. No one is actually picking me up again for this. Do we have to pay for SEO plugins? No, there are free SEO plugins. I've named few. That's Yoast SEO, that's Rank Math. Go for it. It's very good and free SEO rank boosters for you. Best site to buy domain and hosting. I suggest Hostinger is the best site. It is reasonable as compared to others, although you might find some discounts everywhere. It's like fetching for some uh, looking for Amazon and just comparing the rates. I suggest Hostinger is very good. We have tried all possible ways to. Monster Insight gives a better support in WordPress, which Google Analytics does not. Look, talking about Monster Insights, I've used both, and to be very honest, I'm using Google Analytics only. If I say, okay, if you don't want to use Google Analytics, I suggest few site audits, which is Neil Patel, SEMrush, and Href. If you want, you can go and check out for that as well. It is very good. It will help you sort out many issues. In Neil Patel, I'll tell you, you'll get to know about your broken links. You'll get about your health and everything. How it reaches you after submitting the form. What is the functioning? Okay. So this website I have created with my email ID. I have linked this entire website with my email. So whatever plugins or whatever themes I actually install, I have used my email for it. So when I've created this form, so I've hyperlinked it with my email ID. So whenever whatever you write it on that form and you submit it, instantly I get a form notification that yes, you have a form notification, and just go and check if there is something to do. It just pings up on my phone. I have no application in my phone. It is just linked through my email ID. The way your guys have synced up your emails in your phone or in your laptops, it works in a similar way. Maybe the problem is with the headphones. I don't know. Maybe it might be there. Big rock hosting and domain goal for professional domain and hosting. Yeah, you can go for these as well. I prefer Hostinger to be the better one since I have paid from there and it's working very perfectly fine. Any other doubts regarding anything you want to ask, how to get into some buttons or something, you can just ping me up anytime. So I think I should go back to some other topic right now? So there's another conversation going up. Okay. Okay. So I told you about the homepage of a dashboard, post about the dashboard, add a post, forms, yes I told you. A website form, okay. Themes I've told you, plugins I've told you. Any questions? So we have discussed about each and every question right now. How to maintain a website. The basic question which you all are asking about SEO. So SEO starts from this particular topic, how to get an SEO. So we're going to talk about how to maintain a website. Maintaining a website is a basic part of how to get your website on Google. So first you need to choose a right builder. Here I am talking about WordPress. For me, I guess WordPress is the right builder. Apart from WordPress, we have Blogger as well. We have Tumblr, where you can go and make your own website. These websites are generally, it's just to give a platform to you to make your own website, to make your own pages, to have a communication between a people. That's all it's all about, to have a right builder. Then we come again to update regularly. For sure. Now it has a very good thing with talking about maintaining a website, to update regularly. For example, I'll give you a very good example. When I started my website, so someone actually gave me a very good suggestion. I had just 2 or 3 articles in a month. So a person turned up to me and said, you have a very good hand in your writing. Do one thing, you post regularly so that people can stay on your content and people can refer your post and everything. Your website. So this is what I got to know, that updating regularly help people to come up on your website and actually tell others that okay, there's a very good content and maybe a good content for you to read and know about it. So this is what updating regularly means. If you update regularly, you're reaching people's things out very properly. While I'm talking about their needs, maybe a person needs a poetry on a mother, right? And suppose you don't have a poetry on mother and you created a website on poetries and you don't have that poetry. So what's going to happen is people will not actually turn up on your website, or they won't. We all know when we were young, we used to have such projects given by our school teachers. Okay, write a poetry, find a poetry, learn a poetry on this. So this is what actually happens. We used to go and find it on, okay, give me a poetry on this thing, and we used to read 6, 7 poetries, finding out the best poetry. So when these things turn up, might people give your suggestion. It can be anything. It can be a fitness blog, it can be a food blog, it can be a travel blog, it can be anything. So post regularly so that people look. I'll give you a similar suggestion. Okay, when we're working on Instagram, what makes you go on Instagram regularly? You think that people might have posted something, so check out new things. So this is all in a similar way when you blog something. Giving it a makeover. What makes you, look good or attractive in front of people? Of course, that makeup needs it, right? Similarly, your website needs a bit of makeup. You need to make your website a bit attractive. But that does not mean you should get everything into it, all the pictures or all the content at one place. No, keeping it a bit simple but attractive to people, where people can actually serve their purpose without looking a lot into your website, and they can get everything on the home page. Maybe you create a proper index so that whenever people turn up to your website, they have a proper index. Okay, they'll say that okay, I need to go and look up for a poetry on an English topic. So I have 2 columns. I have a Sikh poetry column, I have an English poetry column. So all they can directly go to the English poetry column instead of looking into the Sikh poetries as well, which are coming into their way. So they do a bit makeup to make it bit attractive, or do something different from what people actually does. Review your content. This is the basic point. At times what really happens is you post a content which according to you is perfect, but your reviews are turning out, okay, you need to change this line is not perfect. Many of you people have given me such comments about the sick poetry I have written on Charles Habsat, my first poetry which I had it. There was a comment, okay, this particular line is not perfect, it happened. So people started giving me suggestions, and I had to review my content again and again according to the people because they felt it. Might be I would have been correct on my way, but your voice is more important than my voice because I'm letting my works come up to you. Optimize your website for SEO. How to get constant traffic on your website, that is SEO. Optimize your website for SEO. Getting your traffic on SEO, you have two very good plugins. I have already told you about the Yoast SEO and the Rank Math, which are very good to maintain your particular website and get it on Google for sure. You just need to work on SEO by getting few of the hints which I'm going to take in the next topic right now. Create a sense of community. Okay, now this is a very good and very important topic. Creating a sense of community, getting the people of your community attached to you, getting your people turn up to you, getting a group of people, a part of people who are involved in poetry turn up to you. Now if you have a fitness blog talking about all the fitness freak jimmies and the people who are very good at okay, दिखाना सबको अच्छा लगता है, oh I got it. Now turning up to such people, all you can do is, creating a sense of community, spreading your materials, spreading your stuff to such particular places using such hashtags or such at the rates or tagging those people who are into this. You can get a perfect traffic to your website. Now obviously a food blogger won't stay on a fitness freak blog website. Obviously that person has no connection to your fitness. That person is very much into, okay, he wants to eat it, he wants to have those calories, he's not into like, okay, how I'm looking like or how it is all about. So that person is all about getting into calories, so he won't even stay on your website, he won't even look for it. So pinging your website to that particular person is of no use. So ping your website to that particular person who is into that community. So this is how that you can get a lot of traffic. Use social media, a very good and a very useful thing to circulate your stuff. Social media, talking about social media, Instagram is one of the best and the biggest social media source where you can get your traffic or you can do something. Instagram is such a platform where people from any community, people from any stuff, people from you just need to tag a person, you need to put an appropriate hashtag, or you need to give a person just a hint, okay, you're just spreading this, and you'll get those traffic from that social media platform as well. You have a very good thing, okay, you make a machine at home and you haven't told us about this machine to your friends or something like that. So what is the use of making that machine if anyone does not know about it? Everyone can do anything, everyone can write. I'm sure we have a good writer here. Everyone can write anything. We have such education that we can do anything here. But until and unless you tell this to the people that yeah, you're doing this much, there's no point of doing it. So right, get your social media flooded with your stuff, with your people, with your community to get more traffic on it. Talking about how to get an attractive avatar. Can I have any doubts still here? Any questions, any queries, anything? Thank you so much. Very cool. Thank you. Awesome webinar. Thank you so much. Instagram does not let you put a link in your bio unless you have it. No, this is not the thing. Instagram does allow you to put up links in your bio. Even I have link in my Instagram. You can just go and have a look. which is the H-Core Poems 99. You can go and have your link on your Instagram. There's nothing related to SSL of an Instagram, to be very honest. How to run ads on your website? How to run ads on your website? That's a very good question. Turn about the ads on your website, you need to get a free hosting and get the ads of that particular brand on your website. That's the easiest thing you can do. Add brief about Google AdSense. Okay, about the Google AdSense. Google AdSense, if I'm talking about, Google AdSense is such an application form that helps you get some earning through your website. Now what really happens is when you think that you have sufficient traffic or you have a good traffic on your website, on your link, on your stuff and everything, so all you can go is apply for a Google AdSense form that will be sent to Google directly. Google will gonna your entire website that will check if you have any copied stuff. If you have a copied stuff, that won't give you any AdSense form. After 15 days, you will be given an AdSense form where you will be filling up all your bank details to get the income. That income is in dollars for sure. And when you create that AdSense, that particular website or that particular thing turns up into a money making machine only by the organic traffic you get on your website. So good job, thank you so much. That's not true. You can add website link. Yes, I'm gonna add my website link. I tried to do it, but it did not happen. It said that website wasn't secured. This can't be a reason, because even I created my Instagram account recently and I've added my link to it. It has added. Well organized webinar, thank you. It should not be a problem. Okay, if you're finding such a problem, Harshdeep, all you can do is you can create your Instagram account to a business account. You have an option, go to the settings, create a business account. You have an insight look also where you can get to know that your post is given, maybe to how many number of people or something like that. You will get to know about it. You can add your links and everything. Awesome webinar, thank you. Next topic I'll take, how to create an attractive avatar. Okay, now what is an avatar? Avatar is nothing but a logo, or how to make your website that attractive, that attracts a number of people. The first point I'm going to take up is keep your layout simple. Keep it, people nowadays don't like that, things that a particular page has everything on it in a form of a khichdi or a collage, I would say. Keep your website as simple as you can. Navigate it. It should be navigation free website. Any difficult word having a particular link to its maybe definition or a similar stuff that explains it very well. So you have a navigation thing, you should have it on different devices. It should be, if I'm making a website on a laptop, I should make sure that it should be a phone free as well, because everyone does not have a laptop, everyone does not have a desktop in this time as well. If I need to spread it, I should make it that it should be a phone free website. Anyone sitting in a computer does not, it's not only meant for them only. Getting it, when you have it on phone, you're sitting in a classroom, you need that particular topic at that particular time. Basically, at that time you should have it on your phone and people are able to make easy navigation to follow. That's what I really meant. I've already told you, make it easy navigation, create your content in such a way that people are able to get it more help through it. They should reach to the exact point where that they actually want to reach. They need to spend some time on your website looking for their needs, their content. At times it really happens is the things which they want, it's already present in your website, but your website is not navigated freely, that people are not able to reach it properly. Clear calls to action. That's the best thing you want your website to work. Until and unless you don't have clear calls to action, if you're not reaching up to the people according to, the way the person wants a newsletter and your website does not contain it, that person will not stay on your website. So keep your website in, it should have buttons, it should have design, it should have short direct messages, it should have such good description which attracts people to your website a lot. With content, less is more. Your content should be in such a form that a less content giving more information should be your main target. At times what really happens is you post huge messages. Even while spamming my webinar, I got to know that people don't really read those big text which we have actually spread. So all we did at the end of the time when we were reaching near to the webinar, what we did was we started spreading short messages. That's what people actually read. So creating less content, giving more value should be your actual motive. Don't be afraid of white spaces. A very good point. Okay, talking about Google, when you open Google, what do you actually see? A Google written in between and there's all blank side given back below. So if it has a white space, okay, it's alright to have a white space. There's nothing harm in it. Creating a collage or a noisy stuff on your website makes it difficult for the people to read. So having white space does not create any, there's nothing harm in it. It's okay to, have such a website which has a lot of white spaces. Enhance your website with eye-catching color. Exactly. Anything which, attracts your eyes a lot, stay on it. Why do we have this color combination? Why red color attracts us more? Why blue color? Okay, even if on this page, what is the first thing you would have seen those blue color text written before the white color text, because it would have attracted your eyes first. So this is what you want on your website. You should have that eye-catching color, eye-catching content, eye-catching poster, videos, or anything which attracts people to stay on that website. The only motive we have is to let people stay on your website as much as we can. Incorporate attractive, easy to read fonts. Actually, at times what really happens is we have a good content, we have a good website, we have easy to read things, but the only thing that varies is we don't have a good font. Either the font is so small that you're not able to read, either the font is so large that okay, it gets so messed up, you need to scroll down a lot. It gets irritating at times. Either your text is, cursive handwriting which most people don't understand, or your text is in such a handwriting it seems that as if a second year nursery student or a second standard student have actually written it. So keep your fonts a good and a bit attractive thing. Engage users with videos and rich images. Visibility is, it's a fact that whatever you see is more remembered to you than whatever you write. Having good video and good images on your website gives people a lot of things that okay, they're going to remember this. So images and videos plays a most important role in making your website. Now we come up. Okay, before this we have a question answer session. If you have any questions to ask me, you can ask. Awesome webinar, thank you so much. Amazing and well planned webinar, thank you. Well done, awesome webinar, thank you. I just need questions. Is there any alternative of Google AdSense? I guess no, there is no alternative. If you need to earn, getting it verified by a company is what you can get. Otherwise, getting approaches to other companies like you can go for Amazon, or you can collaborate with Flipkart or any other things. You can go and get your website checked by them, get their amount or something like that. Share these PPTs in WhatsApp group. It's a request. Yes, okay, if you want it, I will definitely share this PPT with you all. If you're added in the WhatsApp group, you can actually comment me on my website. You have the link. I'll put the link of my website here. So this is my website. I put it up here. You can go and check out my website, and if you have any queries, anything, if you want the PPT, if you want the questions to be answered, if you want any collaborations, DMs, if you want guest posts, if you want some backlinks, you can contact me anytime, anywhere. I'm gonna reply you. What is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing, okay. So when you are actually, you know, spreading your website and you turn up to a brand, maybe you are a fitness freak, okay, you go for gymming a lot, maybe protein powder or protein shake, and you want to go to a company to sell your product. Maybe you went to Amazon, or you go to the two very good selling websites, right? You go to them, you go and say, okay, I'm gonna sell this product to you. All you need to do is put up my website link so that people will directly purchase from me. This is what affiliate marketing is. People will gonna turn up to you to buy your product through another firm. Actually, you are marketing your product through another firm. So this is affiliate marketing. Any other questions? I should proceed to the next topic. Hashtag smash tag. So we have been logged into theory, so it's a small activity. You're here to make your own website, right? Before selling your website, before getting into your website, let me see how many of you can sell your website. So create a hashtag. Smash tag is you people and sell yourself as a hashtag. So let me see who creates the most attractive and the most amazing hashtag. You have 30 seconds to go. Create your hashtag and just ping me up. I'm gonna give another appreciation certificate to these 3 people with smash tag. Go ahead with it. I'm waiting for the comments. It's not that difficult to create a hashtag. You need to just sell yourself. Okay, if you can't sell yourself right now, if you can't create a hashtag for yourself right now, you can, how can you actually sell your website? Okay, dance with Naman. Code the code. Techie sing. Okay. Any other hashtags? Come on, guys. It's very easy. Go with tech. Okay. Geeky bro. That's a good one. Hack with motor. Okay. Code without code. I like this. Code without code. Okay. Another 30 seconds I'm waiting. Come on, guys. Hacky sing. Anyone else? Any? Or should I give out the appreciation certificate? Code with cookies. Okay. Like Harshdeep. Okay. Code with fun. Cool. that's all for the day, I guess. Where's my interactive audience? Okay, so I go with the one which have a name Geeky Boy. That's what I felt a bit attractive. Gagandeep Singh. Then I have Code Without Code, Chetan Bhargav. Sorry if I spelled your name in an appropriate way. And I have Clyde with Harshdeep. So we have Harshdeep as well. Okay. On page and off page SEO. On page and off page SEO is nothing but when you get, it's all related to organic traffic. When you have a lot of organic traffic, that becomes an on page SEO. Off page SEO is when you're working on your website on the SEO plugins. Nice webinar, thank you. Programming stars. Okay, I ended up with the contest. Code without load. I wish you had given it further, though I've announced it. Back to the webinar. Next we have how to increase visibility of website. Turning up to your favorite topic, SEO. Create a site audit. Okay, so this is what the basic SEO starts with. How to create a site audit. Now site audit is a site check you give it to your website. It may be from good site checkers. Neil Patel is one of those. Href is again. SMrush is another one. This is basically where you can check your site that if it is going correctly, if it has a broken link or not, if it has, any backlinks or anything that disturbs your website, if you have an SSL certificate or anything. So you need to have a site audit check regularly for your website. Create sitemaps and submit your sitemap in search engine. Now I'm going to show you something. So this is what Google looks like. If I create Sahaj Kaur poems, since I have my website on the Google, so this is my sitemap. It helps people to turn up here and check what my site is all about in a form of index. This is all a Google index. So if anyone wants to turn up to my first poetry, this is my first poetry, this is Char Sahibzade, from my last poetry, which is ABCD in 2024. This is what a sitemap is. Sitemap is a Google map check. So this is also which I got from Pinterest. Okay, so Pinterest started discovering my poetry, so I'm getting a lot of traffic again. So this is what Pinterest works. Pinterest saw my poetry, my work from Google and have actually uploaded it on a Google website. So this is how it actually works. If I see this entire page is actually filled with my work. So this is how your site actually works. It works as a sitemap for Google. So whenever your work is going great on Google, it creates a sitemap. Or you need to submit your own sitemap which comes along to you with the hosting you paid. Okay, so next topic. Make your website mobile friendly. Already told you about this. Keep your website in such a way that it mobile friendly. A person sitting in a classroom is able to open your website whenever and wherever he or she wants to. Creating your website a mobile friendly, a desktop friendly will help you gain a lot of views, because everyone does not sit on a website entire, on a computer for the entire day. The only thing that is user friendly is our mobiles. We can have it anywhere if you want. Sitting in a metro, if you want something to read, you have that visibility, or your website should be able to get it on that phone for the user to read it perfectly. Use long tail key phrase to get, okay, these days we have corona, we have a lockdown going on. So all what really happens is, at times you need to check which are the popular words these days. So let's say during this lockdown, which are the popular words? Corona, lockdown, quarantine. So if you keep these such words which are regularly searched by the people as a day or something, that will create your website turn up on a big page. It's just a similar way, okay, the most searched hashtags or the most searched phrases to turn up or to turn on your website or to turn on Google, that's what should be your main aim. So you should have key phrases, long tail key phrases. Use more relevant and engaging text. How to get traffic on your website? At times when you have a controversial thing, we all know we lost such a great person, Sushant Singh Rajput. So we have a very long controversial. If anyone puts anything on his or her website about Sushant Singh Rajput or something like that, so this is the way that person can gain traffic. You can always have a controversial thing on that particular page or that particular website that can go as in long whenever that particular website turns up. Use relevant and engaging images. Okay, so if you're a fitness freak and you have something related to gymming, maybe dumbbells or something, you're putting it out, so you can have a relevant or engaging images as per to your content, or you can have some relevant images. Use social media. Using social media to, give your website a good chance of visibility. I've already told you all about it. Using Instagram, posting about it regularly, making it a user friendly page, creating a website that people visit regularly. Make engagement with people who engage your content on social media. Of course, creating that particular community or that particular society where people of your community or your brand should turn up, you need to create that particular community for yourself to create visibility of your website. Comment relevant high authority sites. Okay, if you are reading some high authority web page, maybe it's like you're going to a website which has a lot of traffic on it, which is so famous, and you go and comment on it. Not irrelevant comments, okay, read my pages or something like that. No, to that particular web page, something related to that particular thing, so that people notice you. You get, you have a website and people will start noticing you. Optimize your reputation. Creating a good reputation. At times what really happens is, if I talk about TikTok, people from a very bad background, or maybe I say from villages, who turned up on TikTok with cringe content, they created their reputation, but that reputation was not good, or I should say that was not optimized. We all liked it for some extent. We might have giggled up for about 30 to 20 seconds, maybe something, not creating a cringe reputation of yours, but creating a good reputation of yours. Can I have any doubts? Which people are gonna ask me? Any doubts here? I don't find any doubts. I turn up to the last topic of this webinar. The last and the final topic: how how to get traffic on the website, which is basically SEO. Now, how to get traffic on your website? Blog regularly, increasing your text, increasing your regularity on your website, that helps you get more traffic. Of course, if you have just one particular content, the way I just stopped blogging recently, my last blog was on 28th of June. After that I didn't blog, so there was no content, so there was no traffic on the website for about a month ago. So keep on blogging regularly, keep updating people with your blogs, keep them, flooded with your messages. You have created a blog, go and read, go and read. So this is all that creates help traffic for your website. Use keywords on your website. Creating keywords on your website is the only thing that helps you get traffic. Keywords can be anything, whichever word you wanted. That helps Yoast SEO to create some keywords for yourself. Go for the Yoast plugin, that will help you create a lot of keywords. Use appropriate tags. Of course, using an appropriate tag. Suppose, for example, I've written a poetry for myself. I have written it on myself. I've given my introduction in a poetic form. So all I can give a hashtag is my work, hashtag myself, hashtag me, hashtag my creativity, hashtag my poetry, anything. Connect to the community and spread the word. Connect to the community which is engaging into your website, into your word, into your work, and they again will gonna spread your work. For example, when I started my website, I actually sent my poetry to 10 people. Now those 10 people, they thought my work to be very good and very great, so all they did was they spread my work to people, maybe their contacts, maybe through their Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn. There are many things which can connect people through you. Okay, now what really happens is, even on social media, when you comment on some other's post, for example, I've put up a new post of mine, a new photograph of mine eating in a restaurant, and if someone turns up and like that comment or like something, so in return what we get is, even we do that same. कभी कभी होता है ना कि okay, that person has seen my page and he did not liked or did not replied anything, तो वो गुस्सा आता है कि दोस्तों नहीं किया. So all you can do is, when someone likes your page, you should do it in return. You might get some of the other content writers or something on your pages. Link to other blogs. Now linking to other blogs is, how can you link to other blogs? Creating backlinks, guest post is all the way you can create and link to other blogs. Share on social media. This topic has turned up a lot. Sharing things on social media, helping people to bug it, to binge it, that will get a lot of traffic on your website. Real life friends. This is the main and the best thing. Getting a real life friends, know about it and asking them to follow it, and to, getting it through their website, through their social media, to help people get onto you. So final doubts, I end up about my session here. So this is the final doubt session. I want to take up any doubts, anything someone wants to ask. It's the time. I'm going to wait for 30 seconds. So there's a final announcement I'm gonna do. We have free domains given by GitHub, student profile in the form of name.com. You can go and fetch your student profile and get yourself a good domain and create your own website. We can have free hosting as well. If you want to ask any question regarding this webinar, or even in future, if you get to have any questions, anything about it, or you have any doubts how to control your website, you can just go to my website and ping me up, fill up the form, ask any PPTs, anything you want. I can do this to you. I'll answer this in 48 hours. or 24 hours about like the availability I have. So there are a few questions: how many posts we have to write to get momentized? There's nothing, there's no particular limit, there's no particular number. You can write as many posts as you want. You can even write 3 posts in a day. There's nothing as such. Explain more about site mapping. Okay, so what is site mapping is when you get an SSL certificate, or when even if you don't have it and you have a good traffic on your site, Google recognizes your website. Now when Google recognizes your website, it actually starts posting you on internet. Do me a favor, everyone here who all are listening to me, go and after this webinar, go and type your name on Google and see how many, if Google recognizes you. So if I write my name on Google, I find my photograph, I find my website there, so everything is there. So get yourself momentized in such a form. Sitemap is nothing but when you are actually, getting successful on your website, you're getting a crowd, you're getting a regular crowd. So initially when I started my website, I was getting a crowd like 300 people per week. So Google was recognizing me. 300 people is a huge amount if I talk in today's world. So yeah, this is nothing more like Google just create its own index for you. How to submit your sitemap to your web hosting? You need not to submit your sitemap to your web hosting. Web hosting automatically creates a sitemap. Ma'am, please make a webinar on Django. Okay, sure, I'm going to do this. Thank you so much for this amazing webinar. Cool. What we need to do for you will be provided a certification link in the WhatsApp group, or even if you don't find it and you have attended my webinar, you can go and ping me up again. I'm going to send you the link after that. Thank you so much for this amazing webinar on how to approve our website for Google AdSense. Okay, when you find your website to be encouraging a lot of traffic is there, you can just apply. There's a form you can just type on Google AdSense form. You're gonna fill it and just fill up that form. Google will give you an advice, and after 15 days you'll get a letter of recommendation that yes, your website has been come up for the Google AdSense after analyzing everything. So that's what it is. I also got 300. Very good, Harshdeep. If you get 300 people in a week, try getting more traffic. Get at least about 1,000 per week, and then apply for AdSense. I'm sure you get it. I have seen people making money from their very beginning post. If you want to monetize your blog with AdSense, then 5 articles will be good to have a prepaid AdSense account. Yeah, that's true. From the first post you can have it, but you need to make your website a good. Sometimes what really happens is you have a very good account, you don't have any copyrights, but you don't have followers, or you don't have the things are appropriate for getting users, and there's a time when you stop getting traffic. So at that particular moment Google can actually stop your AdSense account. AdSense earning depends on the traffic, so the high number of posts will be good to get more visitors to your blog. Yes, that's true. Thank you for this webinar. Thank you for this lovely webinar. So I think I should end this webinar right here. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience and liking my work to such a great extent. You all can visit my website. My website name is, again, I'm going to post it here. Go visit my website, check out everything you want. Any queries will be entertained every time. Thank you so much everyone for being there. I am ending this webinar, so any final doubts, any final queries, any question. So thank you so much for being such an interactive audience. Okay, there's a question. Thank you for this great webinar. It's really cool. Don't go before liking and subscribing our page. Your like button, and do subscribe this particular page for you to get more amazing webinars. Thanks for this amazing webinar. Thank you.